50 million years ago, a colossal tectonic collision pushed the Earth upward, forming the Himalayas and reshaping the planet forever. In the thin air between sky and stone, Nepal was born, a nation where time and terrain follow no ordinary rules. Eight of the world's 10 tallest peaks rise from this land, with the highest summit brushing the edge of space. Ancient giants still roam its grasslands, while isolated villages cling to mountain slopes, as if resisting the flow of time. Join us in exploring a land where nature remains untamed and its deepest mysteries have yet to be fully revealed. Everest Base Camp, located on the southern slope of the Himalayas in Nepal, is the primary starting point for those aiming to conquer Mount Everest. This location stands out not only for its impressive altitude of 5,364 meters, but also as one of the few places in the world where one can directly experience the raw and majestic beauty of nature. This region also holds great sacred significance, situated in the Sagarmatha area, revered by the Sherpa and other indigenous communities. The Sherpa, with their extraordinary mountaineering skills and deep understanding of the area, have helped many explorers achieve their dreams of reaching the summit. Everest Base Camp is not just a starting point for adventurous expeditions, but also a major destination, attracting thousands of visitors annually thanks to its spectacular scenery and rich cultural stories. The Annapurna Range in Nepal is one of the most rugged and dangerous mountain ranges in the world. The name Annapurna originates from Sanskrit, meaning goddess of the harvest or goddess of food supply, due to the region's cultural significance. With an elevation of 891 meters, Annapurna is the 10th highest mountain in the world, but has the highest fatality rate among peaks over 8,000 meters, with around 32% of climbers perishing. It is also home to the 7629 square kilometers Annapurna Conservation Area, the largest conservation area in Nepal, renowned for its biodiversity and trekking routes such as the Annapurna Circuit. Notably, Annapurna was the first mountain over 8,000 meters to be successfully climbed in 1950 by a French expedition, marking a significant milestone in mountaineering history. Manang is a town located at an altitude of approximately 3,519 meters in central Nepal and is an important stop on the Annapurna Circuit trekking route. Travelers often stay in Manang to acclimatize before crossing the Thorongla Pass, which stands at 416 meters. Due to its location behind the Himalayas, the town has a dry and cold climate, with significantly lower rainfall compared to other regions of Nepal. The local economy mainly relies on trekking tourism and yak herding, which provide essential food and materials. The people of Manang have a culture strongly influenced by Tibet, with distinctive traditional customs and a unique language. Na is a remote, ancient village in Nepal, surrounded by steep, rocky slopes and narrow, dry valleys at high elevation. Its homes are made entirely of dry, stacked stones with flat roofs, built tightly together to conserve heat in harsh conditions. Residents follow short-season farming and nomadic herding using a stone irrigation system regulated by a lunar calendar. Historically, it served as a shelter for travelers escaping mountain snowstorms, with stone waymarkers still visible today. A strange phenomenon occurs on certain nights when village stones emit a faint glow without any visible light source. Most mysterious is the repeated echoing of voices in narrow alleys, where sounds bounce back clearly multiple times without any facing surface. Upper Mustang, Nepal, was once a mysterious kingdom and was only officially annexed to Nepal in 2008. This area was off-limits to tourists until 1992, making it one of the most untouched and least known places in the world. Although Nepal no longer recognizes the monarchy, the people of Upper Mustang still revere the last king's descendants. To visit, travelers must pay a special entry fee of up to $500 USD. Upper Mustang lies in the rain shadow of the Himalayas, making it an arid land with almost no greenery. This place has over 1,000 mysterious caves carved into cliffs, some more than 50 meters high, with origins still unknown. It is also one of the few regions in the world that has preserved ancient Tibetan culture, from language and religion to lifestyle. The landscape here is so unique that many compare it to Mars, with mountains in shades of red, yellow, and grey. The Mustang Kingdom lies deep within the arid northern mountains of Nepal, marked by eroded limestone spires, deep gorges, and vertical cliffs lining its main valley. The entire region has a persistent reddish-yellow hue, creating a landscape that seems unchanged for centuries. Historically, Mustang was a semi-independent kingdom with its own ruling system and ancient records written in a unique language, most still undeciphered. A specific mystery involves dozens of cliffside caves carved high into rock faces, with narrow entrances and signs of past habitation and rituals. In 1996, archaeologists found hundreds of human skeletons inside these caves, with no known identity or cause of death. The suspended cave systems and unexplained remains make Mustang one of the most debated ancient sites in the Himalayas. Guru Dongmar Lake is located in the northern highlands of India, surrounded by snow-covered peaks and barren ground with no visible vegetation. The lake appears calm and unchanging year-round, with its surface clearly mirroring the surrounding mountains like a natural mirror. Culturally, it has served as a stop in many traditional journeys and is tied to stories of historical figures who passed through the area. A persistent phenomenon is that part of the lake never freezes, even in extreme cold, with no confirmed explanation for the suspected heat or spring source. The lake's unusual water stability and unexplained natural effects have made Guru Dongmar a place both beautiful and mysterious. Jomsom Valley lies deep within the rugged mountains of Nepal, surrounded by steep rock walls and a rare, enclosed valley system. The area is notable for its untouched landscape, where layered terrain and underground streams weave through rock fissures to support a nearly isolated ecosystem. Jomsom remained cut off from the outside world until the late 20th century, with many residents preserving traditional lifestyles over generations. In 1998, researchers discovered wall paintings with symbols that resemble an undeciphered script. Locals recount that a mysterious group of strangers arrived in the early 19th century and vanished without a trace, leaving unanswered questions. Gokyo Lakes is a freshwater lake system located at a high elevation in the Himalayas, surrounded by steep snowy slopes and ancient glaciers. The lakes are connected by meltwater streams and have a stable turquoise color with high clarity, allowing the bottom to be seen in many places. The scene here is striking due to the contrast between the calm lake surfaces and the dark grey cliffs, showing clear layers between water and mountains. In 1990, a group of climate researchers was trapped by an avalanche and rescued thanks to signals reflected off a thin ice layer on the lake. Beyond its natural beauty, Gokyo Lakes serves as a long-term observation point for freshwater and climate at high altitudes, helping track environmental changes. The combination of extreme conditions and a stable aquatic ecosystem makes this place clearly different from other lake systems around the world. Tilicho Lake is located deep within Nepal's high mountains, surrounded by steep rock faces and long ice slopes that extend to the water's edge. No major river flows into or out of the lake, yet its water level fluctuates in cycles that lack clear explanation. The landscape is harsh, with grey-blue waters and a silence so profound that it creates a fully isolated atmosphere. Historically, The area appeared in old local records mentioning a pilgrimage group that vanished without trace in the 17th century. With its remoteness, unexplained geographic signals, and obscure historical mentions, Tilicho Lake remains full of unanswered questions. Tengboche Monastery is located on a flat ridge of the Himalayas and is one of the highest altitude monasteries in Nepal, offering full views of the snowy peaks. The structure has a rectangular, symmetrical design built entirely of stone and solid wood, with dark red, multi-tiered roofs that stand out. Inside the monastery are preserved spiral murals depicting ancient Eastern cosmological models. Since the late 19th century, unexplained incidents have occurred when the monastery bell rang by itself at midnight for several nights, with no wind or human presence. On clear days, echoes from the valley reach the monastery so clearly that conversations from far away can be heard, suggesting a unique acoustic structure. Its remote location, solid architecture in the snowy mountains, and mysterious occurrences have contributed to Tengboche's enigmatic atmosphere. Kopan Monastery was built on a high hill, separated from the outside world by steep, winding paths, often covered in fog. Its architecture features traditional golden curved roofs, dark red walls, and intricately carved wooden pillars that reflect ancient Tibetan Buddhist art. Many ancient Thangka paintings and handwritten scriptures are kept in secret storage rooms and only displayed during sacred occasions. A mysterious legend speaks of a spiritual energy hub hidden underground, where invisible energy gathers and helps meditators reach deep enlightenment. Some who have meditated there say they felt a gentle electric current flowing through their bodies upon entering the main hall. Kosa is a man-made cave complex carved into a steep cliff in northern Nepal, with hundreds of small openings stacked like a hive at heights of several hundred feet. The caves were carved into soft rock to form living quarters, storage rooms, and meeting halls centuries ago by people seeking shelter from conflict and harsh climate. Some chambers still show stone shelves, hearths, and air vents precisely aligned with natural wind flow directions. No clear explanation exists for how ancient builders reached the high cave levels without modern climbing tools. A unique resonance effect occurs in some rooms where standing in certain spots causes one's voice to split into multiple tones without visible echo surfaces. Mad Honey Cliffs are steep rock faces in Nepal where native bees hang their hives and produce one of the world's rare hallucinogenic honeys. The hives are attached directly to the cliffs, hundreds of feet high, and are harvested using traditional rope methods by Gurung locals. The honey contains a natural compound from forest plants that can cause temporary delirium when consumed in high doses. These cliffs are not only harvest sites, but also part of local rituals where songs and prayers are performed mid-air during the collection. What remains unexplained is why hives never appear on nearby cliffs with the same terrain and climate. Gosaikunda is a sacred lake located in the high mountain region of Nepal, surrounded by snow-covered peaks and rugged, rocky terrain. The lake has a deep blue color and clear water, allowing people to see rock layers under the surface during the dry season. Although the lake has no consistent outflow, its water level stays steady year-round, which raises questions about its natural retention mechanism. In one past expedition, a group of climbers marked their trail with ropes, but when they returned after 48 hours, all markers had vanished without any sign of disturbance. Jomsom lies along the Kali Gandaki River, surrounded by steep rock mountains, making it naturally isolated and only reachable by trail or a small airport that works depending on weather. It was once a major stop along the old salt trade route across the Himalayas and is now home to the Thakali people, who maintain their own social rules and internal organization. Traditional houses are built from dry stacked stone with thick walls for insulation, flat roofs to resist wind, and narrow stone lanes that follow the slope along the river. The Thakali keep a tiered community structure, hold seasonal rituals, and rely on dried, fermented, and preserved foods adapted to the harsh climate. Visitors often walk along the riverside trails where ancient ammonite fossils called shaligram can be found and are carefully kept by locals. Strong winds blow from the north every morning, so all outdoor activity must follow fixed times during the day, shaping a rhythm unique to this high-altitude valley. Tengboche Monastery stands at over 12,000 feet, surrounded by snowy peaks and dense conifer forests, where the thin air slows every breath. This monastery is a center of Tibetan Buddhism in the region, where monks live and chant daily in a quiet space filled with bell sounds and wind. The nearby ecosystem holds rare species like snow leopards, falcons, and alpine herbs growing among rocky slopes. Locals say that on clear nights, deep sounds echo from the peaks, believed to be ancient chants of the founding masters. Each year, The Mani Rimdu festival is held in the monastery courtyard, with traditional dances reenacting the battle between light and darkness. What makes Tengboche distinct is the blend of spiritual devotion, mountain scenery, and a lifestyle untouched by the modern world. Trumped. The Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world, stretching about 2,400 kilometers across 6 countries, with the majority located in Nepal. It is home to 8 of the 10 highest peaks in the world, including Mount Everest, which stands at 8,848.86 meters. The Himalayas play a crucial role in the region's climate and give rise to major rivers like the Ganges and the Indus. This mountain range also strongly influences monsoon patterns and temperature changes. Politically, Nepal controls most of the Himalayan region and enforces strict conservation policies to protect the environment. The Himalayas also hold deep cultural and religious significance for many communities, especially those living in the harsh conditions of the area. Tengboche Monastery is located at about 12,600 feet high, surrounded by pine forests and snowy peaks, creating a majestic and peaceful landscape. The monastery follows Tibetan Buddhist design with multi-tiered curved roofs, red walls, and wooden pillars carved with intricate patterns, all built by hand using local stone and wood. Inside are murals painted with natural minerals, and many images only appear clearly when sunrise light hits them at the right angle. Legend says that during a severe snowstorm, the main temple glowed on its own and avoided damage while areas around it were buried. Some monks are believed to have reached deep meditation levels where their bodies glowed or gently floated above the ground. Nubra Valley is located in a remote high-altitude region of northern India, surrounded by snow-covered mountains and accessible only through steep mountain passes. The valley features a strange landscape where fine sand dunes exist right beside glaciers and icy peaks, creating a stark contrast between dryness and frozen terrain. What makes Nubra special is the presence of glacial meltwater streams weaving through the cold desert, forming green patches and plant life where none seems possible. The contrast between light-colored sand dunes and surrounding dark rock mountains creates a visually striking and harsh environment. A real story, often retold by locals, involves a British expedition team in the early to 20th century that was trapped for weeks due to sudden ice formations and had to survive on glacial spring water. Nubra stands apart by blending desert elements, glaciers, high mountains, and vibrant ecosystems within a single, enclosed setting. Key Monastery is a large Buddhist monastery located on a high hill surrounded by dry rocky mountains and a shallow river valley, giving it a rare strategic view. The monastery is built in layers along the slope, with white walls and red roofs standing out against grey rocks and clear blue skies. In the early morning and late afternoon, slanted sunlight creates strong contrast between wall color, roof color, and the sky, producing a sharp visual effect. The area around the monastery has almost no trees or signs of modern life, highlighting the remoteness of the region. In the early 1800s, the monastery was invaded and destroyed several times, but was rebuilt through the efforts of local people and monks. Since then, Key Monastery has become a symbol of cultural and religious recovery in harsh, natural conditions. Zanskar Valley is located in northern India's arid mountain region, surrounded by jagged peaks and glacier-fed rivers flowing through its heart. The environment is extreme, with stark seasonal contrasts, frozen winters and dry summers, dramatically altering the color and current of the Zanskar River. Historically, it was inhabited by semi-nomadic groups who left behind stone structures scattered along high cliffs. A rare feature is that during winter, the frozen river becomes the only walking route connecting isolated settlements, known as the Chadar Trek. With its rugged terrain, unexplained natural events, and traces of ancient life, Zanskar Valley embodies both harshness and hidden mystery. Tso Moriri Lake lies in the barren highlands of Ladakh, surrounded by arid mountain ranges that encircle a silent, enclosed alpine lake. The lake's deep blue surface clearly reflects the snowy peaks, forming a near-perfect mirror image of the sky and rugged landscape. A stark contrast appears in the cracked, vegetation-sparse terrain surrounding a body of water that supports vibrant migratory bird populations. One real discovery in the early 21st century found rare long-necked birds nesting here seasonally, reshaping scientific views on their migration routes. Tso Moriri is a rare example of life thriving in dry conditions, where water serves as the only stabilizing force in a fragile valley ecosystem. Yumthang Valley lies in the northeastern highlands of India, surrounded by sloping mountains, natural hot springs, and a wide range of plant life. In spring, the valley becomes a vivid field of wildflowers, with hundreds of species blooming across the rocky ground, especially clusters of native rhododendrons. It is one of the few places where hot springs and glaciers exist side by side within a narrow mountain basin. The contrast between Yumthang's ecological beauty and unstable natural signs has made it a focus of multidisciplinary observation. Manasarovar Lake is a freshwater lake located in an isolated highland area, circular in shape and surrounded by natural rocky slopes with no visible human alteration. The lake's clear water contains no floating algae or sediment, allowing full reflection of the surrounding Rocky Mountains. A special phenomenon recorded is that, at certain times, the lake reflects mountain images in a completely inverted vertical position, regardless of viewing angle. Some research groups believe that the rock structure under the lake may affect how images are reflected. Locals believe the lake was once a place where ancient masters meditated and shared esoteric knowledge. During specific pilgrimages, people still perform traditional rituals along the shore, treating the lake water as a symbol of spiritual cleansing. Lamayuru Monastery was built on a high rock cliff in the northern mountains of India, completely isolated within a dry, rocky terrain where no flat roads lead in. The area around the monastery features naturally eroded stone ridges shaped like waves, with colors shifting from yellow to gray depending on the sunlight. While the entire surrounding landscape consists of sharp, barren rocks, the monastery's old and solid architecture creates a clear contrast between nature and human structure. The presence of hollow stone formations underneath, combined with the steep and harsh location, gives this site its rare and distinct character.